Going over today's trades. IWM traded it twice today, and both of them were for a small loss. I took a long position here as we started to bounce off this support line I had drawn up, and it didn't hold, and I ended up cutting it. Pretty much ticked the bottom on this move. Second trade on it, I took calls here as we broke over this support line and held them through, and I cut them right in this area. So 2 small losses on IWM this morning. SPY was my next. I got wicked out on the news today. So up here, it's playing the flag here that we off of this. It's playing it on the 2-minute, but we're on the 5-minute, so I'm just going to leave it here. So it's playing the flag. Flag started to break down, and then the labor report came out, or whatever news came up, hit my stop, wicked me out, and then sold off the rest of the day. At one point, this original position was up about 140%, but I just moved on after that wick, started looking at other stuff. Lucid, I covered some calls on it, and I got those covered down here at the bottom. So almost, caught the bottom of Lucid on my cover. So that was a 35% gain here. And I re-entered another short up here. So I am currently down on it, but we're close to it. See what it does. And then I took my first SPX trade today. So finally pulled the trigger on SPX, and SPX moves so violently. My first time in, I traded it lightly and traded it scared. So I grabbed calls right as we came out of this support zone, and I closed up 9% right in this area. Now, I don't know if it was on this candle or this candle, but it was right up in here. So I grabbed a quick 9% on those. Those ran about almost 100% from this move from where I entered up to here. So I took that 9% and called it good. What else did I trade? Futures I traded today. I took one trade on futures, and that's where this was popping up. So I didn't have the best entry, but I gave it some room to work. Yeah, gave it some room to work, and it turned out to work pretty well. Just about top ticked it. I had my stop loss set up here. Not stop loss, my take profit line was right here at this triangle, and it was because of some other triangles that were put in, other candles that were put in earlier today. I'm real glad I did, because then it just knifed down. So when I was at this point, I had moved my stop loss to just under this wick, and I had my take profit up here, and I looked away from this trade for about 2 minutes or so, and it knifed up and hit it. So took a win there. So all in all, decent day today for me. My losses were much smaller than my wins. Let's look at what else I played. So BFRG took a real quick trade on this one this morning, from here to here. I don't even know if that was that high. It may have been from here to here. You know, I entered right around 630, 634, and sold around 695. Small size, speculative. You know, not much to talk about on that one. We'll continue to watch it for tomorrow. See if anything wants to come up for it. Seco ran all day. Now I picked it up at 23% and sold it around 50%. So somewhere around here and somewhere around here. And it ran as high as 193%, I believe, today. But it had no news. I haven't found news on it all day long, as to why it ran. So it just looks like it got a random short squeeze today. IFRX is on the top of my watch for tomorrow. Had news come out about FDA accepting a COVID treatment, and that's still pretty rare right now for COVID treatments to be approved. And there's also news out now that Europe is looking to fast track it for approval. So this one, I'm going to be surprised if it doesn't continue to run tomorrow. Took a small trade from here to about here. Scalpy McGee just kind of played it scared today. I didn't want to hold any overnight. You know, you never know if there's going to be some crappy offering IFRX puts out and it just tanks overnight when you're not looking. But I don't think IFRX is going to do that. I wouldn't be surprised if in the coming days someone puts an offer in to buy IFRX or buy what they're making or be a part of it. Because like I said, COVID vaccines that are FDA approved aren't that common yet. You know, the other ones are still under emergency use order. So I expect this one to run for a few days, but only time will tell. So keep it on your list. And, you know, here's a blown up version of my top percent gainers for today. So if you want to pause it and take a screenshot, this is what I'm looking at. Anyway, that's what I got for you today, guys. Thanks. Have a good evening.